help people.
I know.
Tech is the future. Riri, you can actually help people.
I know.
So, where's your arc reactor? That's like...
You know, they don't exactly hand those out.
Y'all calling me crazy when a man been balling all day like Brady.
When I got back from Wakanda, I felt stuck. To bring my ideas to life, I need cash.
Crazy, gotta go crazy.
Come work for me.
I assume these jobs aren't exactly legal.
Not exactly. So you went around.
We Ocean's 11 to The Sopranos.
What's the difference?
What would you say if someone were to create AI using brain scanning technology? Oh my God, I'm literally perfection.
I would say only an idiot with a death wish would try that.
Cool.
Riri, you created something great. We're gonna need it.
Nah.
Now, you are just in my way.
It's Hood. It's from another dimension. It's from...
This feels like a movie. That's pretty cool. And it's online.
Protect us. I need to start...
So it's technically Iron Man. There's an Iron Man movie on streaming. That's pretty neat.
thinking...
What's not neat is that Kugler burned out the black actors' eyes. I think almost all of them, if not all of them, shooting the first, spoilers, the Black Panther.
outside the box.
That's what happens when you play football. It's a football thing.
I think I have to fight magic with magic. Wait, what?
God, she's using magic. That's spoilers. That's spoilers. Iron Man did that. Spoilers. That's one. Oh God, I get it. So they're doing the magic thing. Interesting. Spoil. I mean, I'll spoil it. You want me more spoilers? With the Mandarin. Not that. I don't know if that's what's happening here. That's interesting.
Might be a hero in there after all.
I'm in. Hey girl. I'm in. Hey girl. Oh my bad. I'm going crazy, yeah.
That's funny. She does feel like her. That looks pretty good. Alright. There's gotta be some clips from it. Alright, 2 weeks ago, show clip. Alright.
About these heists? We Ocean's 11 of The Sopranos.
What's the difference?
I'm only doing this because I have to. Not because I'm a bad
You're
person.
joking, right? Everyone you're talking about is criminal, including you.
No, I'm not. I'm an engineer. What I'm building is
Important?
iconic.
Look, anyone who's ever accomplished anything iconic in life has had to do some questionable things to get it done. Before my hood, I was a nobody. With it. Maybe a little unsavory, but
I've seen that. Wow. Alright, it's more spoilers.
Ironheart just dropped on Disney Plus, and it's already being called the worst MCU series yet. After Wakanda Forever, people were excited to see Riri Williams shine, but instead of a genius hero, we get a reckless, selfish version of her character with zero moral compass. The story's a mess. She gets kicked out of MIT, joins a gang for money, and somehow, nobody questions her shady behavior. The villain? A magic-wielding guy in a red hoodie who bends bullets, but still needs backup for no reason. The action scenes? Flat and full of bad CGI. Even the big AI twist. Something that could have been...
How can you say that's bad CGI? That looks so awesome. Bad CGI? Are you joking? Is that man?
Bends bullets, but still needs backup for no reason. The action scenes, flat and full of bad CGI.
Oh, it's not bad CGI. Are you joking? I think that's bad CGI. Are you crazy?
Even the big AI twist, something that could have been deep and emotional, is rushed and poorly written. It's not the diverse cast that's the problem. It's the weak plot, sloppy pacing, and empty characters. This one might actually be worse than Secret Invasion, and that says a lot. Ironheart just dropped on Disney Plus, and it's already being called the worst MCU series yet. After Wakanda Forever.
Oh, I know the hood. Incredible, I get it. They made the spoilers, they made it black here. That's get it, the hood. It's playing baseball. And we have a clip. More clips. Clip.
When people can sense danger, they either fight, fly, or freeze.
Time is side of war.
I think I have to fight magic with magic.
Wait, what?
Ironheart, now streaming.
The MCU universe is so expansive with so many great characters. And you realize, oh man, we haven't been to Chicago yet.
Of course, Chicago.
For Ironheart, it was paramount that we shoot practically as much as possible in Chicago on location. What's from the beginning? Chicago's a vibe. You can feel the history and the neighborhoods and the architecture. You can't fake it. The style.
Oh, I've been in that. I think I wasn't there. No, it was Detroit. No, Chicago, I didn't get in that.
Culture, the smell, the wind, the real Chicago pizza, thin crust, cutting squares is very important.
This is so cool. Getting to bring Chicago to Marvel, the real deal.
We brought in a lot of people who understand the energy and the soul of that city, both in front of.
But I remember going to the museum, the train. In that museum, they had the, I watched this tornado thing, film, in there, next to it or something, outside, but that's, no, like, right outside the theater, inside the museum. It's so dark, there's this lobby, or something was spooky, and then there was the Apollo, the lander, and it looked like it was haunted. This was before I knew about the moon lie. It's like I knew there was something wrong when I saw it. It didn't make any sense. I looked in it, I thought, subconsciously maybe, that could be on the moon. It looks so weak. It really looked haunted.
And behind the camera, from cast members to directors, writer, the hair, makeup teams from Chicago. There's sneaker game galore. If you were just watching people speak in the show, oh snap, they look fun and they look cool. It's really exciting to be able to build a whole world. It was really important that the sets paid homage to the architecture, different layers of wall and brick and wood. It feels like places I hung out at when I was coming up in Chicago. They built a whole White Castle. It's crazy. I like White Castle. Saw somebody try to walk in there the other day, and so people were like, oh no, sorry, it's not real. The kitchen doesn't work. I mean, it's a testament to the art department and how incredibly detailed they are. Gotcha. Everyone really invested, sweat, blood, and tears, and you can see it on the other side. Chicago's home. Always has been.
Whoa, it's the Capital One Bank guy.
Looks good. Well, let's see what we got.
Gotcha. I'm very excited about Ironheart. It's great to see.
This is like on a DVD or something. I like the behind the scenes, or even on streaming. Yeah, the behind the scenes.
Riri Williams, level up. Riri Williams. You went around.
As a true Marvel fan, I'm very excited. Locked in, laser focused. This is the real deep dive into who she is.
Ironheart, she's a great character. It was really exciting for me bringing that character into the MCU with Wakanda Forever.
And Wakanda, she's a disruptor, and we love that about her. Now we get to see this young woman from
She's a great character. It was really exciting for me bringing that character into the MCU with Wakanda Forever.
and Wakanda.
Those braces behind that shit.
She's a disruptor, and we love that about her. Now we get to see this young woman from Chicago coming back home.
Riri is back to the block with her family, looking for a new opportunity when she meets the hood. And ends up in uncharted territory. This kid's magic against technology.
I need to get ahead of this.
These two incredible forces go head to head.
Don't worry, Riri. I got you. This is bigger than you think. You've been off a hell of a lot more than you can chew. I can chew a lot. Now me, that girl, we had chemistry off the bat.
This acting thing, she might as well put that in her back pocket. She got it.
I'm gonna be small, but I refuse. I love the fight training. You know, like get in there type fights. She's tough as nails, man.
That's interesting. Maybe I should watch this. I mean, you got magic versus tech. That's always fascinating. It's kind of like Magic Wanda going up against Tony. That should be interesting, but the Hood's always been kind of weak. I think spoiler. That would be interesting though. The Hood versus Riri. I mean, I guess it's like any power set, right? He has limit.
I'll be like, you got one of that? Yeah, I can do one of these things. The best way to know a thing is to take it apart, see what it's really made of.
Pick yourself up. Might be a hero in there after all. That seems like everything I want.
If I'm gonna protect us, I need to start thinking outside the box. This has opened the doors. Absolutely anything could happen.
You got magic, an incredible house, and take it from the street to the Chicago skyline and everywhere in between. But at the end of the day, this is a story about family.
You know nothing about this man. You're gonna end up dead or in jail. This is so much bigger than that. Bruh.
Something's reviewed. Alright. See reviews. I like how they don't spoil it.
Absolute lovely left on all about Ironheart episode 1, 2, and 3 from the perspective of a big fan of the comic book. I am a huge fan of Brian Michael Bendis. I'm a big fan of Riri Williams, and I'm a big fan of Dominique Thorne, though I did share a lot of people's feelings towards the take they were able to work into Wakanda Forever. Didn't always work for me. Dominique's performance did, as well as my love of the comic, made me very excited for the show. I thought 2 more than 1. I thought 1 was good. I thought 2 was better. I thought 3 was pretty great. I'm hopeful the show keeps getting better because it is a show that has a lot to say. It is a show that is dealing with a lot of very
Okay, he watched it. Jesus. This is what John is saying. He's in,
Hey guys, John.
he's in this universe too. Spoilers. He's in this universe.
Here, and I just got finished watching the first 3 episodes of the new Marvel Disney Plus series, Ironheart. Now, this is just going to be a quick reaction to it. We'll go more into details and some deeper thoughts on it on tomorrow's John Cave show once I've had a chance to process it. I literally just got finished watching it. So here's some quick thoughts. There will be spoilers in this if you haven't watched the show, so follow this. Okay, so I didn't hate it. And I gotta say, I was going into it, I have not been impressed with the trailers at all. I didn't think they handled Riri Williams very well in Black Panther 2 at all. I haven't really found anything interesting in the on-screen version of Riri Williams, despite the fact that there's a lot of potential with that character coming into the comic. I expected to hate it. I have not hated it. Let me start with the things that really don't work for me. The whole Natalie AI thing seems utterly preposterous and ridiculous, and even for an MCU show, I'm finding it to be a little bit of a bridge too far to go. The heist crew, all lame. Every single one of them, all lame. I do like, Parker, and I like John, and I like the relationship between the two of them. I thought that was pretty cool. The whole legal thing about, hey, if you just signed this contract, that's not how law works. Contracts are immediately revocable if they're signed under duress.
Yeah, even I know that. I took a law class in college. I was forced back to college by dad. Yeah, if it's under duress, it's unenforceable, as they say. And John has, he worked as a paralegal, or well, not in a paralegal office anyway. He has some kind of law experience. It might be because maybe he might have been abused or something.
Yes, so that wouldn't happen. Sorry.
I say that because one of my neighbors, their kid is a paralegal or something, works in a, she didn't say paralegal, but he has issues in the past, maybe now, maybe not. He seems pretty chill and cool now, so that's good. And the kid is, she's adorable. She's like, what, 25 or something. She works in the, yeah.
Somebody with a bit of law background, that really bothered me. I'm also finding it a little bit difficult to like Riri in this. Like, she has a lot of unlikable
bit of law background, that really, really bothered me. I'm also finding it a little bit difficult. They're signed under duress, so that wouldn't happen. Sorry, just somebody with a bit of law background, that really, really bothered me. I'm also finding it a little bit difficult to like Riri in this. Like she has a lot of unlikable characteristics. Now, at the same time, I got to admit, having her have that bit of a questionable side to her that's making it hard for me to like her too much is actually kind of interesting. So I'll give it that. There's two sides to that coin. So I'll give it that. Some of the things I have liked about it, though, I like the whole university, tossing out university thing. Although I'll never believe in a million years that by helping some people fake their have liked about it, for me to like her too much is actually kind of interesting. So I got to admit, having her have that bit of a questionable side to her that's making it hard for me to like her too much is actually kind of interesting. So I'll give it that. There's two sides to that coin. So I'll give it that. Questionable side to her that's making it hard for me to like her too much is actually kind of interesting. So I'll give it that. There's two sides to that coin. So I'll give it that. Some of the things that I have liked about it, though, I like the whole university, tossing out university thing. Although I'll never believe in a million years that by helping some people fake things I have liked about it, though. I like the whole university, tossing out university thing. Although I'll never believe in a million years that by helping some people fake their papers that she was able to raise.
University is a scam.
$80 million to construct some kind of Tony Stark level tech nonsense. That is still completely ridiculous to me. However, the whole background story about her losing her stepdad and her best friend, I actually find that really compelling. I find it emotionally resonant. I do find that kind of works. I do like Parker's character. The whole thing, I'm sure, is going to unravel more about the hood. We'll see how much it sticks to the comics and how much it deviates from that and all that kind of stuff. All the Ehrenreich. I gotta admit, I did not see the whole Obadiah Stane connection to that. I thought that was interesting. I don't think they're doing his character great. Like, he's a little bit one-dimensional right now. Maybe they'll evolve that a little bit. I'm a sucker for heist stuff, so the heist stuff is neat. The death of John was something I didn't really truly see coming. So, look, am I loving Ironheart right now? No. But I'm not hating it. I do find it's a little bit boring, but then then they throw in some interesting things here and there. By the way, I really like Riri's mom. I didn't think I would at first when we first see Riri's mom sitting around the table with our friends. I didn't think I would like her all that much at first, but as the show has progressed over the 3 episodes, I do kind of like the mom. So, listen, I was kind of expecting that after the first 3 episodes, I would be tapping out and not watching the final 3. I'm still not loving it. The show has problems. It's not meeting its potential, but I don't hate it. And so I'm going to watch the next 3 episodes too. Again,
we are deep into this episode, and we've not had a female comedian up tonight. So, what I did, I went through the bucket, and it took me a while. This is a very...
That down. Let's move on to this, shall we? Snuck up on you. Well, you might have forgotten. The new Marvel Cinematic Universe project comes out today. Wow. Ironheart will drop half of its episodes. Tonight, 3 episodes will get dropped tonight at 6 p.m. Los Angeles time, 9 p.m. East Coast New York time. And then next week, they'll dump the final half of them. I'm not a fan of their release strategy. To me, it tells me that they do not believe in this film or in this project, in this television show, and they don't want to draw it out. They just want to get it over as quickly as possible. Maybe that's true. Maybe it's not. I go into all of these things with hope. I may not have optimism, but I do go in with hope. Well, the first reactions to the Ironheart series are now. These are from people who have seen the entire series, all 6 episodes. And the general consensus is this. But the finale is great. That seems to be the general consensus. Like, a lot of people are like, the show's okay, or not so good. The show's whatever. But universally, it seems to be that the common agreement is, but the finale is really good. It's a really solid finale. Which is kind of the opposite for a lot of shows, which tend to be good and then have a hard time nailing the finish. But anyway, this comes up from Superhero Hype, quoting out some of the reactions we've seen. Mark Tech observed that Ironheart was a decent entry into the MCU, salvaged by a surprisingly strong final episode that is among the best finales of Marvel TV. They criticized Riri Williams' character development as thin, though they praised Alden Ehrenreich, who I loved him as Han Solo. I'll go to my grave. I'll defend him as Han Solo.
You know what you're looking for, right? Yeah, but it's pointless. Everybody here is thinking about useless shit. Why do they call it the poop deck? Man, I'm about to... Then drink a full gallon of milk. Girls fighting your steaks. Okay, just roll the butt. Don't make it suspicious. All right. Social Security number. What are you doing? 85 949 Hold what? Oh, just another link. 1 second. Make account information. Stop doing that. What do you want? That's more. What is going on? This is funny. What's happening there? What's going on? Your name talking about him? What was that? What's that?
Good morning, sleepyheads. I may be the sleepiest head of them all.
Hey, noble ones, welcome to Metatron's Academy. There is one thing that really fascinates me the most.
Me and the boys just
being able to tap into the past, the time long gone, just to hear how people spoke. Now, given I wish we had access to recordings from the latest time possibility for obvious reasons, but we do have access to stuff that is still very old. For instance, I found this video that really blew my mind. It's titled Incredible Footage of a Woman Who Was Born in 1835 being interviewed in 1929. So, let's just pause for a moment before we take a watch it and we react. There's 3 minutes and 59 seconds version, so we're going to watch this one here for me. I think her name is Rebecca Felton. What I'm interested in is trying to see from a linguistic perspective the way she speaks, how different is it going to be. She's an American, is it going to sound transatlantic? Like, maybe even older than that. I'm just fascinated by it. This is someone who was born in the kind of early 1800s. 1835, not exactly early, but do you know what I mean? This could be one of your grandmas in 4 years. Like, imagine you have a grandma who's in their 90s, she was born in, oh my gosh, it blows my mind. So without further ado, let's jump right into it.
Thought I had it under control. After my internship in
you feel good this morning? Hope you do. I'm trying to get up.
You do? Wow, I love it. Oh my gosh, this is the authentic, this is the real deal, guys. It's not someone putting on a, this is the real deal. Born in 1835.
On the feet again. Feel pretty good. Thankful it's as well as it is. All right, I'm pleased to see you. I don't know where you come from, but I give you all the welcome I've got to offer you.
See how she almost sounds, there is a dignity to it, isn't there?
So they sound where I'm at. Old people sound.
Both in the way they speak, it's kind of gone. And it's something that I find endearing, charming even. It almost gives you an idea of someone who's being televised for the first time. It looks a little theatrical from our perspective, but that's how people spoke. I mean, of course, she's an educated person, so I guess not everyone spoke like her, but still.
I want to tell you that I'm living on the same ground that I've lived on for 75 long years.
75 long years. Man, oh my gosh, this is a centuries old already. But she's from the 1800s, so she was already, she probably sounded antiquated and old to the youth of the 1920s. Which means we are really connecting to something that is almost 200 years old, if you really think about it.
When I come here as an 18-year-old bride. I went to Washington 50 years and a little more ago. I saw all the
50 years and a little more ago. Man, I'm going to start saying it like that. It sounds so old school, old-fashioned.
people around there and been with the presidents. And I learned a great many things up there that I didn't know before. I added a bit more to it. I was one of the board of later managers for the Chicago Exposition. And I served my full time in Chicago and learned many things over there. I was a delegate to the Tennessee Centennial Exposition. I was a delegate to St. Louis, a Bureau at St. Louis. I think for a North Georgia cracker of my size and age, I've had a pretty good education all that time.
Yep.
That do all right?
That do all right? She was asking him. Oh, that's good. Yeah, of course. Actually, like that they left in these.
I was a 3-year-old girl when the Indians were moved from this country to Indian territory. I have an indistinct recollection of seeing the red men as they went through the woods, where everything was woods there at that time. I have a distinct impression of a 3-year-old child can have it. Nevertheless, I've been here since that time, and I've seen the March of Progress all the way. At that time, we had only stagecoaches, and we only had horses and buggies, and we had lots of footback travelers.
So yeah, that's another thing. She really went through the...
And we only had horses and buggies, and we had lots of footback travelers.
So yeah.
At that time, 3-year-old child can have it. Nevertheless, I've been here since that time, and I've seen the March of Progress all the way. At that time, we had only stagecoaches, and we only had horses and buggies, and we had lots of footback travelers.
So yeah, that's another thing. She really went through the technological development in the mechanized sense, right? Horses and walk around. That was it when she was young. Because when she was 3, it was 1838. And then of course as she gathers more, she's 5, she's 8, she's 10. Even when she's 10, it's still 1845. So she's got all the recollection of the... Oh, yeah, this is fascinating. But let's focus on the pronunciation again.
Yes, sir. I remember all of that, and had intimate acquaintance with the people of that time. Now I've seen it come along all this way, and the airplane going over this, over my house going on its way, and I stopped to be such a common thing, the old girl don't go even out to see if she can get. Although at my advanced age I had a most serious accident that threatened my life very seriously, I feel like I'm on the way to recovery. I feel as much interest in people and things as I ever...
Dad says he doesn't remember stuff, and this lady remembers since she was 3.
And they tell me that you can't keep a good man down. I don't believe I'm debarred by sex. I believe I've got a fair chance.
You know what's interesting is that we still understand her. Of course, again, she sounds very, very, very old. But we can still understand. It would be an interesting study to see how far back can we go until we stop understanding, or when the percentages actually start changing significantly. Up to this point, I understand everything.
You dear boys want you to understand that I don't always talk this like flim-flam sort of talk. Way back yonder when I was a girl...
I take that back, I don't know what you just said.
Always talk this like flim-flam sort of talk.
Yeah, I missed that one.
Way back yonder when I was a girl of about 16, I joined the church, and I think my Heavenly Father has led me along, and I want to give Him praise and His thanks. And
Amen.
Now, in 6 years of 100, I can say that I think that's the best part that contains my whole life.
Wonderful. Yeah, no, this was fascinating. This was fascinating. We can find another one. All right, so she was lovely. Let me see. Our grandfather fought in the American Revolutionary War. Goodness gracious. Let's talk. This woman born in 1878, so already a little further, talks about her childhood in Los Angeles, California, in the 1880s. So basically, that's kind of me. Well, not exactly, but I do remember a little bit of the 80s, of course. And so, yeah, if someone asks me in 30 years, if someone interviews me and says, "Hey, could you tell us about your childhood in the 1980s?" It would be the same, but with a century of distance. Let's see.
Hello, friends. In the following recording, you'll hear a woman born in 1878 tell you about her experiences growing up in Los Angeles during the 1880s. Her name was Belle Buford Tom Collins, and there is very little known about her except that her father, Cameron E. Tom, who is pictured here, was the mayor of Los Angeles between 1882 and 1884. To give you a little background, in the 1880s, the small town of Los Angeles had a population of 11,000 residents, which was actually...
It kind of reminds me of like my uncle, when like in the 1980s the first computers were a thing, and then you had the little speech bubble kind of idealizing the idea that the computer was loading, and then my...
Built the most dangerous prison